Alright guys, good evening. Welcome to another late night stream of, it's UBOAT this time again. And we are continuing our long-term project, the playthrough through the complete war. So you see, we see us here in quite some troubled water. It is not too windy, only a wind speed of 11 knots, I think, but nevertheless quite a wave. So we are off the coast of Canada and patrolling. We just, a few hours ago sank a few ships and safely got away, and now I try to circumnavigate and shortcut the course of that same convoy to try another attack. So discipline is alright, batteries are back to full capacity, and at that point we should go to flying speed so that we actually go faster than them. Batteries are full so that we can afford that. Okay, generally we are in the year of 1942, more than 2.5 years into the war, and we are far out of the Canadian coast, our home base being the port of La Rochelle now already since a while. So we started this from the scratch in the beginning of the war in 1939, September. Started with a small Type 2 submarine, tiny one, with low range, low max speed, few torpedoes. And then, we earned our merits, so we successively got better ships, and now we are proud captain of a Type 7C. And meanwhile, we were able to acquire access to milk cows, and actually I've positioned one milk cow here, which allows me to cross the Atlantic and refuel there and stay out in the mission area for quite a while. So, weight loss, good evening, nice to have you in. How are you doing? How was your first day of the week? When I ended this stream 3 days ago, I was wondering about this, what we observe here. I do have the report of a radar detect, and that's pretty unusual. Up to now, I only had the radar warning starting to go off when airplanes were coming in, and this is the first time that this comes from, I think it's not an airplane, it's one of the ships actually trying to get me into the radar. Do I have to fear that they detect me like that? Should be like that. Hey, so, well, did I say it wrong? Yeah, right, you're right. It's never a plane, but I never had it before that I got the radar, the passive radar detector reporting something else but planes. So that was probably what I was waiting for, that they started to equip the radar also on ships. Actually, I would have expected to have it earlier on ships and only later on airplanes. But, however, what do you think? Do I have to be worried now? Okay, alright. So, we're in the Type 2 then. Having this warning signal. It seems to be pretty far away, actually. according to the map, it's something like 11 miles. Although the report says it's, yeah, 5 to 10. Okay, could be. Yeah. Yeah, okay, all right. But yeah, it says they should do that. Hey, great thinking. Hi, good evening. How are you doing? Nice to have you in. And yeah, how was your start into the week? So, I hope everything's fine. Yeah, Saturday night I actually did some extended DayZ streaming. I hope I didn't piss my U-boat fans off too much by that. But I was pretty surprised that I had so many viewers at that. Okay, so interesting. So what was the problem actually? You mean the chat here? Because I just changed something with my streaming software. And that would be bad if this... if this would be an issue by now. So great thinking. Now everything is working fine with the chat, or because I kind of switched, I connected my Streamlabs software with the chat, or generally with the Steam, with Twitch. Okay, now I see the chat also in my Streamlabs software, streaming software, which I didn't up to now. So I just hope that this doesn't come along with any problems. Great thinking. So could you specify what kind of problems you did have? That would be so helpful because, well, I wouldn't see it. Weight loss, you didn't have anything. You didn't run into any surprising thing. So no problems for you, weight loss with chat? Okay. Okay, I'm not 100% happy at the moment with my stream. Oh shit. Oh man, let me check. I think now I fucked it up in my streaming software. Oh, come on. Okay, I think it's working again. Okay, yeah, thanks for the feedback. Great thinking. So I guess, or I hope it was no problem with my new adjustments here. So I might have mentioned that since something like 2 weeks I do stream on YouTube in parallel. And so I hope that now I would also get the comments, the chat in YouTube just as well. But I'm not 100% happy with the view that I have at the moment. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like that for now. And let's hope that it works like that. But yeah, I somehow have to meddle around a bit with the representations here of the Streamlabs desktop. Yeah, okay, so come on, let's concentrate on the game now. And I'm gonna choose this good old view. And here we are. Now, so I understand for now that I could ignore that detection of a contact. There we are, already pretty close, okay. They are hull up, so maybe I should keep some distance. I should keep some distance on them. I'm actually getting too close at the moment, I would say.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
My distance being just 2 miles. Yeah, that's pretty far too close. Let's see that we get a bit away and then get around and put ourselves in front of them. We are going flank speed.
Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
By the way, let's check what the situation of the torpedoes actually is.
Schornsteinrauch, Peilung, 305 Grad.
Well, that's close. It's just too close. They're heading for me at the moment. Yeah, they're doing this zigzagging actually, and right now they are zigzagging towards me. So there is quite some risk, I would say, that they spot me like that.
Kurs setzen. Bestätige.
I hope I didn't fuck it up and get spotted like that. guy might be military.
Konvoi in Sicht. Peilung 300 Grad. Kurs setzen.
Okay, didn't. That was not quite a good judgment of their course. Let's just hope that we are not getting into vision range like that. Of course, there is also always the risk that some of them destroyers, some of them escorts might detach from the bulk and start hunting us.
Schornsteinrauch. Peilung 240 Grad.
So the closest one is at 260 and really not too far away. So let's mark it on the map. 260, that's 100 degrees. And they must be, well, maximum range. Just give it a guess that they are somewhere there. Maybe even closer. Oh man, oh man. They're closer than I like them to be. But, well, our cross section is so small, let's hope that they are not spotting us yet.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
Yeah, they might have changed course again. They probably have. They are really doing some zigzagging course, so they move on that course for a while, then change course for 90 degrees, and then change course again for 90 degrees. With this, it's pretty hard to predict their course for the torpedo solution.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
By the way, let's check out stores and the situation. Okay, quite a bit of water in the village, so please, somebody turn on the pump. About the food. Food is alright. Discipline is going up, so we're fine with that. And now the torpedoes, alright. Yeah, that looks alright. 1, 2, 3, so 2 torpedoes with a relatively good pistols and 2 with that old pistol. Well, but that's fine. I think when they are well maintained, they would still be relatively reliable, and I think we should have 1 stern torpedo. No? Obviously, we did fire both stern torpedoes. Alright. Dive planes electric, gyro compass on, so yeah, everything in ordinary situation. Do I like it like that? Or would I like to go a little bit further south like that? One guy. More guys, but now they are actually hull down as I want them. Well, I'm following them. I just want to be sure to circumnavigate them in a far enough arch so they would just not spot me. .300, so this is still this probably closest or largest guy there at 300, which is like that. Now, guesstimation is that they're just beyond reach, something like that. So, might it be that they have changed course? Don't think so. Really don't think so. Not the long range course, only zigzagging. Yeah, there is 2 different types of zigzagging. The type of zigzagging that you have from the very beginning is when, as soon as they know that there is a submarine around, they do this kind of wiggling their course on a small scale. But what they only seem to start doing right now, later in the war, is that they might go for 30 minutes on one course and then change by 90 degrees to another course and then back to the one course. And this is, I think, what this convoy is actually doing. Making it a bit tricky to track it down. So on we go. And now they are more or less abreast, which is fine. That's how I want to have it now. Problem is that it is probably gonna get dark before I actually approach the convoy. Now we are gaining on them, and let's give it a estimate about the distance. Yeah, most of the convoy is still ahead of me. So it's something like 90 degrees. And yeah, beyond maximum sight, I would say.
Kurs setzen.
Yeah, they should still only go with 8 knots. Don't think that they have accelerated. Probably they have certain ships in the convoy which are not capable of going faster. Give it a save, W205. By the way, what's the status? Yeah, we are almost through the second stage of Operation Drumbeat. We just need something like another 5,000 tons. Let's see if we couldn't do it with the torpedoes that we have with us right now.
Rot 2 gewartet.
Doesn't feel so hard to keep up with them. There is even a mast up by now. Let's see. Mast. Looks like I'm just not gaining on them. Have they accelerated? fast up again at minus 90 degrees. Closest one is there. Not quite sure. This might even be a battleship. Yeah. Oh no. No, probably just imagination.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
Hard to tell. Really hard to tell which course they are going.
Bestätigen.
Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
Maybe now I'm really getting ahead of them.
Konvoi in Sicht. Peilung 270 Grad.
Yeah, it would be nice if you would have given me an estimate of the distance. Anything suspicious there? I just want to make sure that there is no escort suddenly approaching me from flanks. Pretty rough sea it is. Yeah, the wind speed is 12 knots. That's not too stormy.
Aussetzen.
So we could try to get further ahead of them.
Bestätige.
Mr. Lamprecht actually needs a rest. He's really tired at the moment. So shall I send him to his bunk?
Endlich ein paar Stunden Pause. Legen Sie sich zur Wache.
The big one at 270 or minus 90. That's my guess. That's my guess of their position at the moment.
Legen Sie sich zur Wache.
Konvoi in Sicht. Peilung 255 Grad.
So they might be there. Shall I? Shall I get in? Yep. That's safe. And let's get diving to
Auf Seerohrtiefe.
periscope depth. How fast am I gonna go as soon as I'm down at periscope depth? So it's almost 6 o'clock. We are just before change of
Herr
watch.
Kaloin, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe.
Alright.
Boot für Rückblick eingesteuert. Hauptmotoren wechseln.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Hey, we don't need anybody at the observation periscope. Yes, thank you. There we go. Yeah, we're still far away. No risk yet for the periscope to be spotted. It might be that they are still a bit too far away. I don't know. Maybe that was premature to dive. Let's see. Let's see if we get close to them like that. That's our speed, 9 knots, so we are moving with roughly the same speed as them, just a little bit faster. And I have to keep in mind that I'm using a hell of some electricity. By the way, let me be AFK just for 1 minute.
Schraubengeräusch. Kriegsschiff. Peilung 265 Grad.
Alright, back again. No surprises, that's good. Yeah, the boat is moving much less now that we are on periscope depth. And there is that big one. Would be great if we were able to track that one down. Really wonder whether they are aware of me. minus 115 degrees. Which one is it? Is it that one? Yeah, probably. Minus 150. Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, it's there. And yeah, hard to tell the distance at the moment.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
So, angle on bow could be something like 50 degrees, but that's a wild guess. Distance, shall we give it a try? What happens if we use the steady meter like that? Nah,
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren.
not that far.
Winkel 5, 1,
For sure.
rechts.
More something like 3, 5, 4. Say if it's 4 miles. 7,000 meters, something like that. $6,000, but that's a guess. That's really guesswork at that point.
Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
Okay, that's him still. And a lot of other guys. Which would also be nice targets, actually. But this one is closer, isn't he? I'm not sure how much escort there is. Might be that the escort is still dragging behind because they were going after me, leaving the convoy, and they maybe, if I'm lucky, they're not yet back into position. Okay, we lost the target, so we could just as well acquire another one. So guy, what are you? You're You're this guy, aren't you? Velocity, yeah, they're all moving with something like 8 knots. Although by now I might give them, maybe they have sped up. Yeah, that would be a nice move of the artificial intelligence if they would actually adjust their speed. Now this one is at minus 90 degrees. Guess him to be somewhere there, and let's guess him to move on a course like that. So it would be 67 angle on bow, 67. Something like that. Don't know if I'm going to be able to catch up with him. Yeah, there are more of that type. They're relatively small, and this one is a big one. So if he appears large, he might still be further away. So let's first attack those ships which are closer to me. Like him, for example. Hi guys, I see the number of people watching going up. So that's great. So thanks for being in, but don't worry if you just want to watch anonymously. You are 100% anonymous, and that's fine. Just love to have a few people watching. Nevertheless, if you like what you see and you feel in the mood, don't hesitate to put some hi into the chat or tell me what your experience with the game is. So, always up to a chat, but you don't have to phone. Don't feel obliged. Just watch and lurk if you like that. And of course, if you like the stream, a follow is always welcome. I'm not sure. My gut feeling tells me that they are gaining on us. Can it be? I'm pretty sure that they were moving with something like 8 knots, and might it be that they have gone faster? Yeah, probably not. Now I'm submerged, and I myself, I'm only going with 7 knots right now. Oh yeah, of course. There was a shift of watch, so who's gonna... Hey, come on, Mr. Arles. Sorry, guy, but I need you at the engines so that we can go faster. I want to go flank. Situation with the torpedoes. Mr. Schneider is restlessly maintaining. That's good. So now we should keep up with them, or maybe gaining a bit. Hey, that's complete guesswork. Yes, we are gaining on him. Getting into the way of these. Nice. So at one point it might be more favorable to go for these two guys. Yeah, but for now, let's try to get this one. 260. So, minus 100. And they are pretty clearly well visible. I have no idea. Give it a guess that it might be. Is it already this close? 2 miles? I don't know. I think it's further. .64 angle on bow, but as I said, guesswork. So any other suspicious ship around? Some escort sneaking upon us? Not at the moment. Hi guys, nice to have you in the stream. Good evening, hope you're fine. Hope you had a good launch into the week. Thanks for sharing your time with me, with us, in this U-boat stream. Rest assured that you're completely anonymous. Just watch, don't feel worried by me addressing you. Up to now, you're just a number up there under viewers. But of course, you could be more. You could put a comment into the chat or even give me a follow. But yeah, don't feel obliged. Just watch if you like. Yeah, we are approaching this convoy. We already have attacked that convoy hours ago and sank something like 2 or 3 ships out of it. And now we are taking a second chance. Problem is this guy there, this is 100% an escort. And this guy is heading straight for us. So this is gonna be the challenge. It's pretty close already. We are right in the way of that escort. And we want to go for... Where is he? That guy. And now problem is we have to be fast enough to evade that escort. But that is gonna become tricky. I have no stern torpedo left to fire on that guy. Sooner or later I have to put down the periscope because there is the risk that they actually spot it. Any guess about the distance? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Must be closer, right? Yeah, it's too much of a guesswork which we get here. So let's change course a bit
Diese Koordinaten setzen.
to intersect with their course a little bit better. Where is the guy? Where is the... There it is. That's an escort. Might be a small escort, maybe just a corvette. Not a destroyer, but still. Yeah, that's our target, is it? Yeah, we're still far away, so I think what we should do now is Mr. Grada, our chief engineer, please support the guys, the crew hands at the depth steers, and give them advice to make sure that we don't broach the surface. There he comes. And yeah, that helps to stabilize the depth. Like, this is always the risk that we kind of get through like that. And having Mr. Grada supervising the two guys reduces this risk. By the way, let's turn off the gyro compass and let's go for silent running. Problem is, as soon as you do silent running, we are not... yeah, Mr. Schneider stops automatically maintaining the torpedo tubes. But he can still do it when we order him to do it manually. So tube number 3 definitely needs maintenance. So let him do it. Yeah, that's quite a big convoy. And this is the escort that's gonna make me trouble. Yeah, for now, this is actually the only escort that I identified, and exactly that escort is, yeah, seems to be heading straight for me. It would be too great if I had a sound-seeking torpedo in my stern tubes still. Is it the guy? No, that's the guy. my approach is nice, I would say. My approach is pretty nice. Give it a save. Oh, something didn't work about saving the game. There we are. So they didn't change cards now for a while. Maybe it's time for our next zigzag. Yeah, so if they would be turning now onto a next leg on their zigzag course, they would be heading straight for me. Wouldn't need to be bad. Maybe the escort would also zigzag and turn away from me. Where is the guy? There it is. Let's hope that we can slip past its bow. Yeah, I'm very unsure about their course. That's the problem. Yeah, 90% battery capacity still. That's fine. Hey, Paul. Good evening. Nice to have you in. Another watch streak. Great. Yeah, good evening. How are you doing? How was your start into the week? Nice to have you in. So that's about you. So that sounds like the start into the week wasn't that good. And it needs to become better. Is this what you mean? Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, then all the best luck. Maybe, why not? Being positive and expect something. I mean, some people would say don't expect something, then you don't get disappointed. But yeah, I don't know. Better expect something and get disappointed than never expect anything. And even the more great it is if you do not get disappointed. Yeah, smart things that I say. Yes. Yeah, but somehow true, I think. Yeah, but what is failures? I mean, things don't quite meet your expectations, okay? But yeah, well, my personal point of view is I would always encourage anybody to do dreaming. Yeah, maybe you could accuse me of not 100% having arrived in reality, and maybe you can see that by my fascination for gaming. That maybe I never 100% landed in reality since early childhood. But yeah, so what? There he is. Now we are really gaining a nice firing position, I would say. Could we get a decent estimate of the distance by now? $7,000 for 4 or 5,000 feet. Is this realistic? At an angle of -100. Yeah, by these accounts. He should be somewhere there. And I still think that he's moving on this course, meaning that their angle on bow on us would be more like 30 degrees by now.
Ich benötige Ihre Unterstützung. Folgen Sie mir.
Something like that, maybe. Yeah, I think he's going like that. Okay, it's getting late. Do we get sunset? Is it getting dark? Maybe save the game at that point. I think we are getting into a nice firing position. So I shouldn't forget about the maintenance of my torpedoes. So number 1 and number 4 should get the next maintenance. think we can reduce speed at that point. Go on to this course. So now this is gonna be the final approach. If my figures are correct, yeah, this is the course of that ship. That's a guess, but it's always a bit of guesswork and gut feeling. Let's check the position of the escort. Maybe I should get my periscope a bit down. That looks good. 5-9.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel 596. 2 Meter. Gegnerlage 2,8 rechts. Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
60 degrees. Distance 6 would be 3, bit less than 3, so the position would be somewhere there. So we are getting into a nice firing position. Maybe I should reduce speed at that point.
Langsame Fahrt voraus.
And
Kleine
just
Fahrt voraus.
let them pass in front of us. Wait for them to pass by and home our torpedoes. Sounds like a plan.
Die Motoren besetzen.
So 1 and 4, that are the torpedoes with the good pistol, and 2 and 3 are the torpedoes with the outdated pistol.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Four 8,
Aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel
300.
8,35 Meter. Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
is coming in somewhere there. Maybe the ankle and bow is more something like 20. 4, 8, 5.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Entfernung 3, 4, 3, 1 Meter.
That's a bit less than 2 miles. Yeah, the reading is gonna become relatively exact by now, I would say. And maybe at that point I would like to just stop.
Alle Maschinen stopp.
Give me a second. And let me be back in 1 minute.
Schraubengeräusch. Kriegsschiff. Peilung 320 Grad.
Yeah, the tonnage of this guy might not be sufficient to reach the next level, but still, it would let us be on the right way. Torpedo maintenance is fine for now. Okay, there they are coming in. distance. That becomes more and more precise now. 2,5.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung 2, 5, 3, 2 Meter.
2,5. That's 1.5 miles roughly. Minus 50 degrees. 1 mile. 2, 1. So we are somewhere in between. So I think my estimation of their course right now is not too bad. On the other hand, that means that we could get a good estimation of their angle on bow being something like 40 degrees by now. Guesswork, of course. Bit of guesswork. How close will we come? At 9 cables. So if they go on like that, I might like to get a little bit closer still. Hey guys, nice to have you in the stream. I just anonymously see the number of viewers going up, which is great. So don't hesitate to just watch and lurk, that's fine. But of course, I'm always happy to get some comments into the chat. Hi, thumbs up, or comment of your estimation of the game, your experience with the game. Always welcome, particularly a follow. But as I said, don't feel pushed into anything. Just silently watch if you like to. The guy is really getting close.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung 2, 1, 7.
Hide away the periscope again.
Winkel 4, 3 rechts.
No, it's not a Liberty, it's a coaster. It's actually that guy, is it? No, it's a Liberty. I think it's a Liberty. Now it's a bit of guesswork. It's a Liberty, not a coaster. There it is. $45. $3.20. So minus 40. Bit more than a mile. 53. Yeah, alright. That looks reasonable.
Tage 5, 2, Bug rechts.
Okay, maintenance condition of the torpedoes. Torpedo 1 and 4 is the ones that I'm gonna fire. Now, Captain. I hope I don't lose the target by now. Come on. Yeah, okay. But this change, we did lose the target. But it must be there. There we have the guy. Distance.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel 8, 3, 6 Meter. Winkel 6, 2 rechts. Rohr 1 bewässert.
Magnetic depth draught is 8.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Los. Rohr 4 bewässern.
Rohr 4 bewässert.
Los. Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. Rohr 2 bewässern. Aktualisieren. Gegnerlage 7, 8. Bug rechts. 40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. 40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. Geschwindigkeit 8. Treffer. 30 Sekunden. Schwere Schäden.
Okay.
30 Sekunden.
Heavy damage.
Los. 20 Sekunden. 20 Sekunden. 10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. 10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. Kurs setzen. Fehlschuss. Ja. 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 Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Heavy damages. I hope he's going down. on, guy. I hope they are sinking. They are zigzagging and the propeller's still moving. But are they going down? Yeah, looks like they're sinking forward. Minus 20 degrees. Distance.
Zerstörer, 300 Grad.
Die Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff.
Very good.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel 2, 8, 4, 9 Meter. Aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel 2, 8, 3, 4 Meter.
Degrees like that, and it's a bit more. 1 mile. Maybe something like that.
Zerstörer, 250 Grad.
Hey Volvolo, how are you doing? Good evening, nice to have you in on a Monday. No problem, perfectly fine. So, there were 2 torpedoes missing. I just hope that they are not turning back on us. So, there are 2 stray torpedoes which go for some kind of a search pattern. Let's give it a save, because that was a successful sinking. Yes. Hi Volvolo, it's so great that you're in. I hope you had a good start into the week. So you see us being slightly busy around here. So what about the torpedo tube 3? Maybe I would like to give it some maintenance, but at the moment there is no space to do that.
Rohr 2 geladen.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel 2, 0, 3, 4 Meter.
Twenty degrees, a bit less distance. 1, yeah, something like that. And their angle on us being something like 76 degrees. Now give me the maintenance of that one.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung 1, 5, 2, 3 Meter. Gegnerlage 7, 9, Bug rechts.
Maintenance still ongoing. Let's see that we wait for that maintenance to be finished. Yeah, almost there. They're getting the eel in.
Torpedorohr 3 gewacht.
Okay, let's have that one fired first.
Aktualisieren. Winkel 8, 2, rechts. Aktualisieren. Entfernung 1, 2, 2, 3 Meter. Schussunterlagen
There we are.
aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel 1, 2, 1, 2 Meter. Rohr 3, bewässern. Rohr 3, bewässern. Los! Rohr 1, bewässern. Rohr 1, bewässert. Los! Rohr 2, bewässern. Rohr 2, bewässert. Los! Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. ...40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. Ja. Sekunden.
Okay, that was a miss. What about that guy? Is he gonna home in? Fingers crossed that it's not gonna be a dud again. Heavy damages. That's good. Got him, didn't we? Okay, there is an escort coming in. Shall we do the sneaky thing? It was 2 hits, wasn't it? And let's go for the dive. Stop direct orders. And come on, let me pause here. I have to be AFK just for 1 minute. We are already on silent running. We have fired all our torps. So that was the target, wasn't it? Do we see any damage down there? Okay. Drop's not moving anymore. And it pretty much looks like that guy is heavily listing. Not yet heavily, but it is about to sink. And this guy is about to go after us. And he's just going straight ahead. Obviously not recognizing at the moment that I'm kind of moving away northward. Nice. So what about the battery capacity? Still 90%. Air quality 80%. Discipline 100. So, guys, we are still pretty alright. We haven't sunk a ship.
85 Meter.
So that was all my torpedoes. I'm completely empty now. Of course I could get back to our milk cow and reload, rearm there, but at the moment
Schraubengeräusche direkt über uns.
Motoren besetzen. Äußerste Fahrt voraus. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Hallo, wir wurden entdeckt.
Das
Yeah.
wird nicht einfach.
I don't know.
Wir haben schon verstanden.
That might well be.
110 Meter.
Okay, there is somebody passing by right above us, I would say.
120 Meter.
They're dropping depth charges.
125 Meter.
Definitely are.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Okay, get back to 110
110 Meter.
so that we don't take less water through creeping leakages. Hey, that still sounds pretty close actually. W206, right? Give it another save. Okay, the guy is upon us. And this guy is definitely sinking.
Lasst uns ruhig bleiben.
Wasserbomben, sehr nah.
Aktuelle Tiefe 105 Meter. Kurs setzen.
Bitte erledigt, Herr Kalol.
Tauchen auf. 130 Meter.
Okay, there is some ship passing by right above us.
125 Meter.
Rauchgeräusche direkt über uns.
Aktuelle Tiefe 130 Meter.
Yeah, I know, but maybe we are lucky and they already dropped all the depth charges they have.
Feindliche Schiffe geben Alarm.
Wir wissen, wie es geht. Überlebensspiel ist gegen diese Jäger.
Two ships, okay. So that's a bit buggy. You should have two ships of the same name in one convoy. Yeah, let's not call it buggy, but it's, yeah, unnice.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Yeah, down here we actually take a bit of water. We are not really having a leak, but down here outside pressure is so high that through kind of gaskets we have some creeping leakage coming in all the time. Are they okay? Yeah, as for me, I had a very nice weekend, so I haven't been doing anything for work. Usually I always have to do a few hours on Saturday or Sunday or both. And this weekend I just didn't do anything, just relaxing. So according to this, we have reached the next stage of Operation Drumbeat, having cracked the 100,000 tons limit. Nice. So I think with this we could go back home. We wouldn't even have to refuel at the milk cow. With this fuel we could go straight back, I think. Yeah, but maybe we should play safe and still get some refueling. Yeah, well, talking about refueling, first we have to get out of this here alive. Yeah, Volvolu, I think you said you had to work on, what was it, Saturday? Or Sunday? Yeah, but I'm sure you have some other days off then. Yeah, I was actually thinking hard when I started this stream tonight. Should I do DayZ or should I do U-Boat? And yeah, somehow I had a bad conscience because on Saturday night, prime time, I didn't do U-Boat, but I actually did do DayZ. And always choose U-Boat. Yeah, you like that better. Thank you. That's very nice to get that clear feedback. So according to that, I did the right choice tonight. Maybe let's get back to 110 to have a less leak rate. Where are we in terms of leakage? Yeah, it's completely uncritical still, but over the time it becomes critical. We are on silent running, gyro compass off. Hey, yeah, we can go to manual dive planes. Down here we don't need a very precise dive control, depth control. So this is one additional feature to prevent us from emitting sound. yeah, of course. But yeah, no problem. I mean, I'm always happy to get some feedback on what you like and what you want. I mean, for example, for Paul, I'm pretty sure that he also enjoys DayZ, but I know quite a few of you guys who don't.
5 Meter.
Like Isley, for example. He wasn't in the stream for a while, so maybe he's on holiday, or let's hope he's well. And I'm pretty sure that he mentioned several times that he doesn't much like DayZ at all. But yeah, nevertheless, he joined my DayZ streams as well. Hey, I mean, it's not only about the game, it's also just about having a chat and, yeah, discussing things. Now they gave me a ping. I thought I was getting away. Yeah, let me do this cinematic view now and then, although of course you could call it cheating. There is the guy coming in astern. But are they? Well, there is one, two, another escort coming in, but it's not many escorts left. Just two, as it looks like. Okay, then there is a third one back there. This one. So if you look at it, and that, no escort. Looks like there is 3 escorts left. I think it was much more in the beginning, but I kind of, diffused them in my first attack. I didn't sink any of the escorts. I think I did fire 2 of my stern torpedoes, the sound-seeking ones, but none of them actually hit. I remember one being a dot, and to be honest, I'm not quite sure what happened to the other one. Yeah, they are getting in for me. Let's do the sneaky thing and hope that they don't spot me. Alright guys, looks good. We have plenty of oxygen, plenty of battery capacity. And at the moment it looks like they have no idea where we are. Yeah, guys, nice. I see the number of watches going up again. So great to have you in the stream. Thanks for joining. Don't worry, I don't see you, your names, just see the numbers going up. So if you want to just lurk anonymously, that's perfectly fine. Just having a few viewers. Yeah, I'm just a aficionado streamer. And yeah, why do I do that? Yeah, gives me quite some nice feedback if people care, if people watch what I do. And of course I'm always happy to have some chat in the stream. So some feedback, if you like, give me a hi, give me a thumbs up, give me some feedback on the game, how you play the game, what's your experience, what you think about my gameplay. Don't hesitate about doing some backseat driving if you know things better than I do. I'm not perfect. Or maybe even give me a follow. Or don't feel pushed, just watch if you like to watch. Shall we check the map? How deep is the sea underneath us? It's 3,000 to 4,000 meters, so it's unfathomable depths. If we got sunk here, there would be no seabed to catch us before we get crushed. They're still upon us up there. I love the game. I find it so atmospheric. So now let's slip into the role of the captain and do a little tour through the boat's officers' bunks and the crew quarters in the stern boat torpedo room. Hey guys, don't worry, they have no idea where we are. Just relax and breathe evenly. Mr. Preen at the hydrophone. Yeah, radio room being abandoned, of course. By the way, this is the cozy captain's bunk with the most privacy that you can get in the submarine, having his own curtain. Okay, here this is the con and the two positions of the depth steers guys, petty officers bunks and mess, and the galley, the stores, and the big babies, the diesels, although they are silent. They're at sleep right now. The electric engines are doing the show at the moment. And back here the stern torpedo tube and the compressors, which we urgently need to get compressed air to empty the ballast tanks. Here we are. I really wonder whether I should go for battle stations. Yeah, if you go for battle stations, the experience of your officers helps the crew to do things faster, and you have a reduced probability of getting damages or severe damages, or put it like the severity of the damages is somewhat reduced when you have your people on battle stations. But at the moment, maybe I would just like to leave the crew alone. Yeah, the captain should take a rest, actually. Here we are at 110 meters underneath the surface. Yeah, there is one inconsistency in the game. When you check the distance via the periscope using the steady meter, you get the distance in meters, and on the map you have the distance in miles, and that's always a bit of a pain in the ass to calculate from meters to miles. Yeah, there is still these propeller noises. That might still be one of the last merchantmen up there. Or is it a escort following us? We can't tell from down here. But yeah, what we can do is do the cinematic view. Some call it cheating. I call it the cinematic view. Yeah, come on, it's actually... Yeah, it's the transports passing by. And at the moment, it pretty much looks like the escort gave up searching for us and is getting back to their positions to protect the convoy. I pretty much like this looks of the corvette being kind of an improvised man of war, and on the other hand you have the destroyers who look pretty nice and snug. And yeah, look at it. I think they're giving up the search. This one obviously just as well. Or is he circling? Ah, this guy is still searching. What about you? Yeah, he has reduced speed at the moment so that he can listen. What about you, guy? However, let's just stay put and keep calm and hope that they won't recognize us. I'm giving it another save. It looks alright right now.
Herr Kapitän,
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloi?
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloi?
Ja. Ja.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloi?
Herr Kaloi.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Yeah, beautiful, isn't it? I also love the graphics, how they represent it underwater. Of course, I think in real life you wouldn't have that much of a view. But yeah, that's nicely modeled. So like right now you wouldn't even see the stern of the ship. Yeah. That's nice. The whole graphics is implemented so greatly. Fingers crossed that we get away without any beating. Cinematic view once more. The cheat. Alright, nobody is around anymore. They abandoned the search on me. They definitely did. So there they are, moving away. One escort, the corvette, the destroyer, and the other corvette. So I think I could actually get to the surface. They would just not recognize me from that distance. So let's successively get back to the surface.
Aktuelle Tiefe 95 Meter.
Yeah, get into 50 meters and then successively back to the surface.
Meter.
Hey, Quinton Gill. Sorry. I used to. Yeah, sorry. I kind of neglect the stream in or the chat on Twitch. So, Quinton Gill, if you're still there, I know a guy who actually did the playthrough in first person. He's in the stream. It's weight loss. So, but I can't see when you actually posted that message. So I fear that I kind of missed you. It was a pleasure. Yeah, great that you commented. That's so bad. I really have to find out how to do that. Problem is that I have no means to see both chats at the same time. My Twitch chat and the... Haha, hey, great, you're still there. Nice. This is actually the first time ever that I got into contact with somebody on YouTube. So I'm streaming on Twitch since something like 2 years, and only 2 weeks ago I upgraded myself to do a stream onto YouTube in parallel. So, hey guy, it's a pleasure to have you.
50 Meter.
And as I said, this is the very first time that I have contact with some of the watchers on YouTube. The YouTube guys are usually not as talkative or communicative as the people on Twitch, I would say. Or, well, maybe just after 2 weeks. I mean, after 2 weeks on Twitch, I also had not many friends talking with me. But now, after something like 1 or 2 years, there is some nice little community of people which I like very much. Okay, so you are learning at the moment. May I ask what the subject is, actually? Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to let that out, these kind of personal things on YouTube, it's perfectly fine, but just curious.
Aktuelle Tiefe 45 Meter.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe there is not that much of a communication philosophy on YouTube as it is on Twitch. Ah, nice. Water resources engineering. Yep.
Schraubengeräusch. Handelsschiff. Peilung 345 Grad.
Okay, yeah. Great. Yeah, a classmate of mine from school. He actually went into this more or less. Pretty much sounds like what he did. Yep. And yeah, I love it. Great. You're doing engineering. We just need more engineers in our country. Well, actually, I don't know what country you're from, but at least here in Germany, we do need engineers. And there is always a lack of young people starting this topic. So I love to hear that you're doing something like that. Yeah, let's get to 20 meters by now. There we go.
20 Meter.
Yeah, okay. Hey, great. This is something what what I love so much about the chat on Twitch and obviously on YouTube just as well, that you can get in contact with people who are actually an ocean away. So, as you might have guessed from my accent, I'm from Germany and living in the Frankfurt area, roughly. And yeah, imagine all the way across the Atlantic, and we are just having a little chat right now. I find that still fascinating. You could say, well, that's technology, but I would still say it's great. So if you say you plan to go for construction, you mean like building houses, right? Like, yeah, what would you call it? A civil engineer? Yeah, 8 p.m. Around here it is already 2 o'clock in the morning. And that's amazing. So we have, 6 hours of time difference. So 6 hours means that you are at least not West Coast, right? Maybe not quite East Coast. Somewhere in between would be my guess. Ah, okay, all right. Yeah, an East Coaster, yeah. Yeah, great to have you in the stream. Nice to meet you. And I think by now we could actually just get back to the surface, right? Well, let's do it stepwise. Never be too pushy about that.
Aktuelle Tiefe 15 Meter.
Yeah, great. Beautiful. This is what I love about the game.
Meter.
Yeah, it's these kind of games where you do have a little bit of time to do a chat. I mean, there is action-packed games where you would never have any eyes on the chat. And I quite love these kind of games where there is times of action and then there is times of leisure where you could actually just have a little bit of contact with the people in the chat. Yeah, I'm doing engineering as well. I've been working for quite a few years in, semiconductor equipment manufacturing, actually. So, I think there are two big players in semiconductor equipment. The one is the US company of Applied Materials, and the other is the Dutch company of ASML. And yeah, I was working for quite some while in the wake of ASML, actually. So, also engineering, but a bit of a different branch, I would say. Yeah, shall we check it? Like, hey, come on. They're so far away. Let's just get to the surface. So what happens now? Get to the surface. Somebody's gonna open the valves to let our compressed air into the ballast tanks to push the water out. Yeah, so they found back then they found out that you would never be able to get all the water out of the ballast tank just with a pump, but they used compressed air to quickly get the water out. There you see all these details. And when you have the water out of the ballast tanks, you just pop to the surface like cork. And here we are, far away from the convoy. And yeah, let's go for a southern course. And let's get to the milk cow that we have there, the supply ship. Just make sure that we don't run into that convoy anymore. Get some refueling and get back home. By the way, we had this success, having sunk 2 ships. Let's report it. Back to the headquarters. So, Mr. Hinrich, please man the radio room and send the messages of success.
Telegramm gesendet.
Hey, that's beautiful. Yeah, you see, I'm completely at awe that finally I am in the situation that I actually do have a chat with a guy on YouTube, which I never had before. That's wonderful. I just still don't manage to merge the comments in the Twitch stream and the YouTube stream. So that's always seems to be a problem. Maybe that's not to be solved. But it would be nice if I would just have one stream so that the guys in the Twitch stream would also see your comments in the YouTube stream. But yeah, I think that doesn't work. By the way, let's give it a save and allow me to be AFK just for 1 minute. Be back in 60 seconds. Here we are. Alright guys, back again. So, now there will be a bit of a routine traveling back home. So here I am on the eastern coast actually of Northern America, getting back to the milk cow, refueling, and then doing the travel back home to La Rochelle, our home port. So we have spent now almost 25 days, almost a month at sea out here. Quite a challenge for the crew, I would say.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Give it a save for now. I'll just do it. Yeah, we are sailing into the night. Point is that the game actually gives us the, I don't know, Berlin or Greenwich time up there. So it's not the local time, which means that the sun is gonna set much later than you would think it would. Oh, nice, look at that. It's so great how they actually do model the sea in the game. I love it. How the bow cuts through the waves, throwing up the spray. This is this kind of graphics where I really I think that I've tasted the salt on my lips and feel this damp feeling of salty water in the hair. I think the devs did a great job here. And if you imagine that it's just a tiny studio, independent studio, it's really great what they did. So this game is much better than a lot of bullshit that was coming out of the big studios lately. Yeah, right, isn't it? That's so great. Also the waves hitting the conning tower. Look at that. Yeah, wonderful. Change of watch. So let's switch the dive planes back to electric and turn on the gyro compass, and let's get going. Change of watch. All right. Yeah, navigation position is deteriorating. That's this number here. So I would send Mr. Trummer
Navigation
to do
besetzen.
navigation, getting supported by 2 guys.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung. Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Mr. Alles.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Natürlich, Herr Kapitän.
Jawohl.
Okay, let's give him a cup of coffee. I don't know why he is on duty still. Okay, there we go. And there he is on his way to bed. However. And on we go. Hey, didn't I tell you to do the navigation? Ah, too
Navigation
bad.
besetzen.
Too bad.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloy.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung. Bestätigen.
Yeah, well. Should be alright.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Natürlich, Herr Kaloy.
So they are taking turns. Next watch will be Mr. Trummer. And let him do the navigation.
Besetzen.
Improve the navigation correctness. There we go.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Ich könnte etwas.
Let him do it for 1 more shift. He can afford it in terms of
Etwas Unterstützung.
tiredness. It's alright.
Ich kümmere mich darum.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloy. Navigation besetzen.
Herr Kaloy.
There we are, on our way
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
to the refueling area.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloy.
Alright, there we are. Now let's give it a save and radio for the milk cow. Or maybe we get a little bit further south because, yeah, up to now it always looked like the milk cow was spawning always at the same position, which was somewhere down there.
Navigation besetzen.
So let's radio. Mr. Hinrich, please man the radio room. And then we are gonna try to contact the milk cow for refueling. Request resupply. Takes a little while.
Funkspruch erhalten.
Okay, we get the coordinates on the map. There they are, let's get there.
Kurs setzen.
Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloy.
Hey, if I look at the number of watchers, there is 6 people watching that stream on YouTube. And 9 people watching it on, or now 10 people watching it on Twitch. And yeah, I really wonder how precise this number is that you get. I know that the number on Twitch of watchers has quite some lag, but it's, I think, on the long run, it's pretty precise. So if it says now 10 viewers, the 10th viewer might have dropped in something like 2 or 3 minutes ago. There is a little bit of a lag. But on YouTube, I'm definitely not sure how reliable the number of watchers actually is that I get displayed there. At the moment, it says it's 6 now. So, all of you guys, great to have you in. Never hesitate to put some notes into the chat if it is just a hi, who you are, how you are, and what your knowledge or relation to or about the game actually is. Always love to get some feedback about that. Are you a player by yourself? Do you have something like 1,000 hours of experience, or are you just getting into the game and are watching these streams to get some information about how to play it? Always curious.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Okay, there we are approaching the target area, the rendezvous area.
U-Boot. Direkt voraus.
Alright. It's nighttime. The sun has set. And so at the moment it's a bit tricky to get in contact with the sub. That's us. And where is them? I don't know. Nothing straight ahead. So let's carry on. Where is the other sub? There it is. Okay. Alright, so this is the supply sub we would like to reach. We are moving too fast. Let's
Alle Maschinen stopp.
just stop. And they must be dead ahead. Yeah, they are. There they are. Let's give it a save. And get over there. And get the stuff. Yeah, that's so nice. You even have a crew up there on their bridge, on their conning tower. And now we are gonna send a delegation. So let's send our chief engineer. Let's send our first mechanic and the bosun. And 6 hands, whatever difference that makes. There we go. see the cargo. Items. Yeah, let's get a cup of coffee there. That's the one that we used. What about the torpedoes? Let's not forget about the fuel, most important, and the torpedoes. Get 1, 2. Ammo. Don't think that we did use any ammo. But the food. Yeah, we don't get any fruits around here. And yeah, okay, that's all right. What about the equipment? We are fine in terms of equipment. So return to the ship and do it like that. Here we are, fully refueled. So let's see that we get back to our home port.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Straight away.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Safe, yeah, we don't have to get more torpedoes. We are on the way back anyway. Alright, so please allow me to get me a little late night snack. I will be AFK just for 60 seconds, don't go away. We are on the way back home to see that we get the merits of this pretty extensive mission. Okay, back again. And yeah, now it's just a matter of Yeah, getting back home. And give me a save. So we have a full fuel tanks. Could actually minimize the effort. Just go for maximum time acceleration.
Navigation besetzen.
Just now and then we have to keep an eye on the navigation precision.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet. Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Navigation besetzen.
Herr Kaloin, ich bin sehr müde. Melde mich zum Dienst.
Navigation besetzen.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Navigation besetzen.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Natürlich, Herr Baron.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
Why is there maintenance going on the torpedo tubes? There is no torpedoes left, is it? Hey? Oh yeah, of course. The torpedoes we got from the milk cow, yeah.
Lenzpumpe einschalten.
Hey, Chainsaw, good evening. How are you doing? I mean, around here it's late evening. Not sure about your place. So, Chainsaw, how was your start into the week? Yeah, we are actually back. We are on our way back to our home base, returning from a rather successful mission. Okay, so it's 7 hours. 7 hours of time difference. Around here in the Frankfurt area of Germany, it's 2:30. And that's so amazing. talking across an ocean. Talking across 7 hours of time difference.
Navigation besetzen.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Okay, so you're gonna have some guests. Yeah, Thanksgiving is, this Thursday, right? So does it mean that you have some kind of a shifted weekend? That your day off is something like Monday and Tuesday? Yeah, that sounds nice. Yep, that sounds like a nice little opportunity to be together with the family, yeah.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Yeah, in Germany, Thanksgiving is not celebrated at all by most of the people. But I understand that it is in the US, it is really a kind of family event. Like here in Germany, we have that on Christmas.
Torpedo rot eingewartet.
Okay, yeah, that's great. Yep. So the Friday is off as well, right? Black Friday. Nice. Sorry, guys. Be back in a minute. So I have to go to bed soon. It's 2:30. Yeah, I can sleep a little bit longer tomorrow, but still. I have to get up at something like 8:30. So let's see that we get back. And harvest the fruits of our mission. An event. Let's talk to the bosun. Okay. The cheese was improperly packed. Spoilage of the entire batch. Okay. Okay. Provisions issue. So the cheese was improperly packed. And yeah, that looked like kind of sabotage or something. So we are going to report that back to the headquarters.
Funkraum besetzen.
Hey! Oh, I have to kind of spell your name. The one rat slapper. Yeah, I get it. The one rat slapper. Thanks for the follow, for the cheers. That's great. Hey, great. You jumped ship from YouTube. That's nice. I mean, my primary channel, all since something like 2 years, is Twitch. And just 2 weeks ago, I kind of went in parallel to YouTube, which I quite like as well. But yeah, my old love is actually Twitch. So I pretty much like your history of switching to Twitch. Thanks very much for the bits. Too kind of you.
Torpedorohr 3 gewartet.
And of course, a follow would always be very welcome. But nah, come on. Don't feel pushed. Just do as you like. It's a pleasure to have you in. And it's a pleasure to hear that somebody switched from YouTube to Twitch. Now let's report the provision issue to the headquarters.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
And what does it mean? Okay, half of the cheese was spoiled. Not everything. I had 100 packages of cheese, but only half of them went spoiled, actually. Give it a save and carry on.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Wird erledigt, Herr Kalot.
Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
Okay. There we are arriving in the Bay of Biscay. Almost there, almost back home. Give it a save, you never know what happens.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Herr Kaloin?
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Navigation besetzen.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
Navigation besetzen.
Herr Kaloin, wir befinden uns in flachen Gewässern.
Ja. Almost back home.
Kondensstreifen. 230 Grad. Alarm. Flugzeug in Sicht. Peilung 230 Grad.
Ja, Herr Kaloin, ich kümmere mich darum.
Ja.
Mm-hmm. 6 airplanes, come on. We should get down
Auf
to
Seerot.
periscope depth.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Verstanden, Kommandant.
Come on, not 6 planes attacking us. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, look at them, they're coming in on us. They're coming in on us.
Herr Kaloy, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe.
Oh shit.
Angesteuert.
Auf E-Motoren wechseln. Kurs setzen.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloy.
E-Motoren besetzen.
Mr. Schneider.
Wasserwolken.
Oh shit.
Entfernung.
Oh shit.
Schraubengeräusch. Peilung 195 Grad. Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Verstanden. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
Schadensbericht.
Rohre sind beschädigt. Wassereinbruch im Bugtablierraum.
Oh shit.
Höhenbruch im Offiziersraum.
Schneller, schneller! Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
No, don't give me more, please.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Zu Befehl, Herr Kommandant.
Several guys are in bad condition.
Aktuelle Tiefe 15 Meter.
Alle Maschinen, stopp!
20 Meter.
Close the
Alle
bulkheads.
Luken schließen. Aktuelle Tiefe 15 Meter.
Ja, Herr Kaloin, ich kümmere mich darum.
Schadensbericht.
Oh shit. What? They are really fucking me.
Lager beschädigt.
Oh, come on.
Hüllen hoch im Offiziersraum.
Horchgerät nicht mehr einsatzbereit.
Fuck, fuck,
20
fuck.
Meter.
Guys. That's not good.
Hüllenbruch im E-Maschinenraum repariert. Verstanden, Herr Kommandant.
Oh shit, I can't heal them when I have that high level of water in there. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, look at that. Water coming in. The guys are dying. I fear they are actually dying. Hey, weitermachen.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum. Ich bin verletzt.
Sani,
Verstanden.
Sani.
Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloi.
Carry to safety.
Es ist nicht mehr erforderlich, die Schotten geschlossen zu halten.
Oh God. Yeah, not here. We are in a too remote place, so no AA. Oh shit. So we lost officers actually. Hey, come on guys, they must run out of depth charge sooner or later. Okay, these guys are all about to die. Mr. Schwartz. So guys, oh shit, even more. They are all about to die. Fuck. Yeah, they gave me a beating. The only officer who's gonna survive is him. Yeah, they all died. Fuck. Do I get the water out by now? I don't know why the petty officer's room got completely flooded. Mr. Hinrich, come on. Why can't I heal these guys? That's kind of buggy. That never works. So, Mr. Breen, you are my first aid guy. Why don't I get the option to do first aid on injured guys? Mr. Lamprecht. So there is still leaks. Okay, more guys dying. Torpedo loading hatch.
Verstanden, Herr Kommandant.
Just 2 guys left. Alive. I really lost most of the crew, didn't I? Wow, that was tough. That was really tough. Come on, guys. Let's call it a day for that. It's 3 o'clock around here. I have to go to bed. I think we are about to survive this. Just barely. Most of our officers killed. Half of the crew killed. So, please allow me. I'm not playing Iron Man. I'm gonna reload. Gonna reload this one later. They fucking just don't give up. They're still dropping shit on us.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Mr. Grade and Mr. Preen are the only survivors.
Alles klar. Ich werde mich darum kümmern.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum. Zu Befehl, Herr Kommandant.
Yeah, okay, guys. Thank you very much for joining. That is a pretty dramatic end of the stream. And yeah, I think I'm not gonna take it like that. I'm gonna reload. That's just too tough. After having played for months and months on this campaign, just wouldn't like to let it end like that. So, guys, thank you very much. Nevertheless, quite some interesting experience. And the reason why I couldn't heal the crew probably was because they were lying on bunks which were already underwater. So, chainsaw, the one rat slapper, Wolvolu, and Paul, if you're still there, weight loss. All you guys, it was a pleasure to have you in, and have a good night. And same for Quinton Jill, if you're still there. It was great to have a chat with you, and see you guys. Bye bye. Have a good one.